Back to the Hour Project. This is the psychiatric self-therapeutic multimedia project for me to solve problems and challenges, as well as the blah 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 blah. This introduction to the Hour Project that, of course, if you want a fuller, more complete introduction and summary, go back to the previous 3.5 years worth of live streams. You can pick any one of them, and I have a variety of introductions covering the live stream schedule to copyright-free music, to how we break down the Hour Project into subdomains, sub-series of life and analogies, relationships, finance, all that kind of jazz. And so without further ado, let's just dive into what we want to cover for today. And so the first thing I want to say is I don't actually have a task list today, so I can't see what actually I've been doing this for the past 3, 4, 5 days. So I don't really have an exact understanding of what will be covered on stream. It's mostly chores. I have a lot to do. Everything's kind of like I'm in this recovery phase. So in the first portion of this stream, I'm just going to ballpark it and say that's going to be probably photographs, a lot of food. You see right here, pizza. We got this sweet potato fries, some dips, Italian marinara. We have dill pickles and stuff like that. We also have some stuff we cooked up this morning, which is this kind of strange looking oatmeal with avocado, and that's a class 2 and class 1 item ingredients. So we have things from my gardens, but most of it is just stuff that I ground up and ground flax seeds. After that, after having covered the photography session, we're going to move on to the more active part. So maybe 6 minutes into the stream, it's not going to be a long stream, only about 14 minutes long. And we're going to get up around the room. We're going to cover some logistics, some basic garbage that we got to take care of, move things around, adjust things around, and that's going to be pretty much what we're going to do in that portion. After that, we're going to just dive into abstract stuff as usual, which has to do with pricing and budgeting, and that's what you see in the title there. Actually, what you see is what you get. So we have things about just purchases from groceries. Actually, not groceries, it's just food that I have, like fast food, like pizza and stuff like that. And so that's what we have planned. And so yeah, let's just get right into it. I want to say a brief disclaimer as usual. Just being real, genuine honesty. I don't pull any punches. All right, if there's anything that's particularly negative, I'm not gonna shy away from it on stream, because this is meant to be a time capsule on record. And when the streams are up to a certain point or level where I can move on and I can I can start to use methodology that covers only positive aspects, which I want to get to eventually, because it's pretty bad marketing, pretty bad way to do a stream about negative stuff. But the point right now, at least for the time being, it is more of a time record. And so with that being said, just a quick disclaimer: real, raw, and good, bad, and ugly, covered all. Let's start with the photographs. So we have maybe about 60 photographs, and I only summarized it down to maybe 15. So you see here we have the dipping sauce, Italian marinara, with sweet potato fries on a plate, because the guy said he didn't have any cups, which is funny because I saw behind me he had cups. I'm assuming that's for takeout, that there was a good reason for him to keep it, probably out of stock. But we have these sweet potato fries here, and with Italian marinara dipping sauce, and it costs about I don't know, $3 for the fries, and then something along the lines of like $1 for dipping sauce. We also had a second dipping sauce. You can see right here is creamy dill. I was trying that as a food sample. I don't know what it tastes like, so we're gonna find out today when we open it. We also have these dill pickles to go with the creamy dill pickle sauce also, but I didn't use it and instead put the marinara instead. So that's basically a really shitty junk food laden type of dinner that I had yesterday. And like I said, working overtime, came back, and I want to talk a little bit now. Well, maybe I should not talk now, but mention that, as you see in the title, it says there's two emojis standing for like a mic and an audio, an earphone. So it kind of plays into this. I was walking back home after taking the bus. I got off, and then I bought the pizza for dinner. So I got dinner, got some protein for my supplements. I worked overtime. Some stuff happened at the workplace. as usual, because I really have not been all the best of a colleague there, and I've resigned, right? Because I want them to find someone better suited for the job, just more capable, who's someone they can depend on without all these personal issues that keeps dragging everything down, And I was thinking about that, and I had this audio recording, so that's gonna be something covered later on stream. We're moving on now, by the way, over to this kind of breakfast stuff, which I said is this oatmeal with pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, ground chia seeds. We have some added fiber content, oatmeal in general. We also have ginger powder, garlic powder. Fuck, that's disgusting. And then we added some of this class 2 item here. This pot of avocado, blended avocado smoothie, and it's a class 2 item, just like the nuts and almonds are, meaning came from my gardens. Not supposed to touch it. 30 years of domestic insecurities and harassment, abuse, financial debt and crisis, health issues, strapping each other down in ways that, it's horrible. But the fact is, no family dynamic within this blood-related thing, and I should stop using that kind of stuff. So there we go. There we have it. Here's a birth snapshot here of the avocado. We have this kind of, pot of avocado, and I mixed it in, and I have to show appreciation and gratitude for basically the people who have colored my life. Even if they haven't really been all that beneficial, I still think it's a good habit, a healthy habit, just at least. It's ironic, right? Because I'm showing food that is not healthy, but I'm talking about relationships here. On top of that, commentating and saying that, when it comes to this pot here of food that I'm not, it looks like a green slop of it's avocado, right? And it's from like I said, a class 2 item from traditional Vietnamese cooking cuisine. And so all I gotta say is, this came from one of my guardians, and despite all the 3 decades of horrific stuff that's going on, I still say, appreciate them, appreciate everyone, try to see the positive light. And this is my way of right now just capturing one daily, gratitude. Thank you to them for providing something that for me has been very nostalgic, very symbolic type of food for most of my life. Alright, so we can move on from food now. First part of the stream is done. Again, only about 14 minutes long. We're gonna get up now. So I'm gonna divide the room. I'm gonna divvy it up, alright? Like I said, real raw and genuine. Here's how we divvy the room as usual. There's A1. It's all a entire fucking mess right here. 7 to 8. And we just want to cover some of the trash on top. The logistics. We have region B, region C. We divvy those up to B1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 7. C, the closet region also, and D. And so right now I would say that most urgently, maybe tomorrow's stream, I have to cover the clothing in here. Again, all of them were like 80% on sale and stuff like that. That's all it is. And mostly I buy winter clothing because I have a real knack for things that keep me warm. It's a little bit of a history that has got personal issues, right? Always trying to be prepared because you're going by the worst case scenario. That's something that I gotta work over. Alright, so let's start here. Okay, we have this pizza here. Right, it's not finished, and I just wanted to show, we got a dip here, we got the pizza, we got some trash and garbage. Anything that's garbage like this should move over to region D1. I'm gonna go out get the groceries. Also try to get some equipment and some tech equipment. If you take a look, yeah, this is exciting. Look, I'm gonna get this. Take a look at this. So this is if I could turn off the lights right now. Oh shit, that's really shitty contrast. Turn off the lights. This is actually a light bulb up there, and you can switch colors, right? So when it comes to streaming equipment or whatever, it's so dim, but I know you can barely make it out. You see, it's a little bit colorful. Wow, now that's a good color, right? Look at that, beautiful. Now the thing is, you can actually turn on this kind of function, which makes a kind of strobe, kind of fade between colors. Look at that. It's green to, all the colors of the rainbow, Skittles. Okay, turn down. Okay. Anyways, we went off topic now. But I had to cover this because this was covered. In some detail. We did the unboxing about 2-3 days ago, and you know, I had the light bulb here, and I was comparing the lumens, you know, 200 to 400 lumens, white light, bright lights. We talk a little bit about that, just tech stuff, right? And again, this is going to be related to just, I guess you could say, streaming equipment or whatever. All right, we'll put it down there. So good, we tested the lights, even though it's not in the title, but that's all right. All right, so this stuff is all garbage now. You can see on the mid side we have the supplements with so I'll move all to D1 next to this bag here and put all this shit inside as well. It's all trash, and take it up with me when I go. I will leave to get the groceries. I have about 3 minutes left. We have this dip here and the pickles. Not done with that. Spoon. Not done with that. And so, all right, let's sit down. And here are the supplements, of course. I take them, my own business products. All right, let's sit down and talk a little bit in the last 2.5 minutes about that title that says, you know, it's got 2 emojis at the top right hand side, but you can read it actually because you're watching. If you are watching, there's a mic, there's also an earphone, and it talks about what that's supposed to resemble. Really, we talked about the depth foods, right? We talked a little bit about stopping the pizza, but stop the pizza just actually refers to me to do things practically, actually stop covering so much inventory and spending too much time on this and focus on what's really important. But we're getting to what's really important right now. All right. And so we were walking back from work. Here's the storytelling, right? I was walking back home from work yesterday, overtime, again, working 6 days a week. It's crazy. We have so much work because of the pandemic. We make protective equipment, right? So we've been doing this even prior to for the past 3-4 years. And so just a very family-oriented Canadian company that makes and manufactures protective equipment. Now the fact is, we're so busy, and I came back and there was a lot of strain. I've been on the recovery, trying to work through a lot of past domestic issues from financial ruin and stuff like that, passed on from the previous generation, but it still makes it my responsibility. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to handle it, and you know, my fault, nobody else. Some of it bled into the workplace, and you know, I resigned because of that, because I didn't want them to, you know, have to cope with this. They keep giving me more and more time, and I'm saying I'm so tired of giving myself excuses, and so I resigned. And so it was difficult for me to work with them yesterday, specifically with one person who's treated me like a brother, and I view him the same way, but you know, things didn't pan out well. I'm walking back home from work and I'm thinking about all these kinds of things, right? And you know, the Hour Project is a live stream, but it's also a video recording. It's much more than a live stream. The Hour Project incorporates so many different elements of life, domains of life, from finance, relationships, and only one portion of it is the multimedia portion, which you can divide into live streams and videos and audio recordings, right? So one of the things I did, I was walking back home from work. There's this audio recording. Let's face something a little bit more interesting here, because you can't really see very much right now. But basically, walking back home, and you know, I bought the pizza. I got dinner. Oh, it was not pizza. It was like dill pickles and stuff. And for once, the thoughts came out so naturally. I was able to record myself just at the right time. And because I was so actively engaged at work, playing a podcast, playing music while I was doing a very physically demanding job. Again, I'm in the warehouse, right? And I'm in kind of like the bottleneck. There's like 15 of my colleagues are all doing the assembly, and just me and another guy are doing all the packing. And it's insane how much we have to get done. So I started talking, and the thoughts actually start to resemble what I would think had I not been speaking. That's one major challenge when you try to do a recording. It's very difficult to get out of the self-conscious. You're constantly self-aware that you're recording your thoughts, and so when you speak your thoughts, they don't actually resemble what you would actually think had you not been speaking. Very meta, I know. But I started talking about it, and then it just bled out. All the things I wanted to say, all the apologies, all the thankfulness that I wanted to express, and how, you know, I hope they can, I'm certain, so confident in them, my departmental manager and this guy who treats me like my brother, that they can find someone better than me. And I just expressed it all out, and I just vented onto that recording. Oh, shit, 15 minutes left. Okay, we'll have to continue another second. This is the Hour Project. Take home message, 10 seconds left. Take care of your health, your finances, yourself. Make sure you become a strong, disciplined, responsible individual. Hope to see a better version of you as well as myself in the next live stream tomorrow morning. Now I'm signing out. Ciao.